What's going on, y'all? Hope you've been living right. In today's video, from what you saw in that thumbnail, is an unboxing. You can see right here, I got some tubes from 6 Cents, and up right there in the boat, I have some other boxes that just got delivered to me in the mail. We're gonna start getting into those. Before we do, if you enjoy these kind of videos, please consider hitting that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell for all the videos coming up. All right. First up, something from Amazon. Don't know what's in this one completely, but we will find out. What do we got? What do we got? This, I believe, is gonna be something that will make my life easier. Now, everything I pull out from the packages, I will leave link down in the description. I'll have links for everything, but the 6 Cents rods, all I have is the 6 Cents website, but we'll get into those later on. Tis fish, I guess. This is a line spool holder. It's got that little divider, and I'm throwing stuff everywhere. Let's put it back together correctly. I am missing something now. Dang it. All right, now we're back. I got it back together. So it's a little metal thing. It comes with this little clip. Let's get this out. Right there, I guess you can attach it like that. Attaches to any kind of workbench or whatever, and a spool of line goes inside. We'll get into that when I'm spooling up a rod or something, but freaking awesome. It's gonna make life a lot easier instead of trying to cram it somewhere or shoving a pencil through it, holding it between my legs and spooling up. Oh, it just should make life a lot easier. All right. Number 2 in that package is Sunline Super FC Sniper Fluorocarbon line. Now this will go on one of the rod and reel setups I have. As you noticed, if you've watched, I used a ton of braided line, and I'll put fluorocarbon leader on it and use it that way. But doing that up here in Wisconsin, I'm having problems with northerns and muskies biting my lures and cut me off right away. Braid is not very abrasive resistant. All it takes is something quite sharp and straight through. Fluorocarbon will not do that as easily, and I'm hoping to keep a few more baits on my line, switching over to fluorocarbon on my bait casters. All right, well, that is the first package, and I'm gotta kind of clean up my trash, so we'll just throw it in the boat. Next, what do we got? What do we got? We'll open up the 6 Cents box later. Here we go. Thought I had everything before starting the video. Now, I can finally open a box. Whoop. What do we got here? What we got? Yeah, didn't make it in the boat. SLX 151 HG, high gear, 7-2-1, I think it is. Shimano reel. This is not the DC. I do own a DC, and I really do like them. Kind of didn't really want to go and spend almost $200, because anywhere you look, they're jacking the prices up on them right now. Did not want to spend $200 on a DC. So I figured I will give the SLX non-DC a shot. It's only $100 on Amazon. If you didn't know, the 151s are left-handed cranks. I crank left-handed. I use my rod in my right. That is what the 150 and 151 means. I love the 151 DC I have. I thought, why not go with the non-DC SLX and give it a shot. I love it. Phenomenal little reel. Yeah. Woohoo. Can't argue. Matte black with that blue in it. Oh man, I love the way these reels look, and I love the way they cast. Never used the non-DC style, but if it's anything like the DC without the digital chip, should be a pretty phenomenal reel. Up next, what do we got? Oh, let's go with this. This was a birthday present, so I've already opened it. It is a Shimano, and this is the Curado 201 K, or the Curado K 201, I think is how you're supposed to say it. But like I said, I already opened it because it was a birthday gift from the wife, and yeah. super excited about this. The Curados, I believe, are rated for saltwater. They don't corrode and they won't rust, which is awesome because when I go back down to Florida to go see family and fish, I plan on taking one of these to fish for snook and tarpon and trout and redfish, and not to mention some creeks and streams when I go down there. It's a blast fishing down there. But we'll go ahead and get back to the reel. You can see it's just a flat black color, not a matte or anything like that. And I've heard a lot of good things about these and can't wait to give it a shot. But I will show you what rod I'm gonna pair this reel up with and the 151 here in a moment. Got that there. What do we got now? Next package. I already know what this is. This is Super Fluorocarbon Shooter 18-pound test. This I plan on spooling up on my Curado 201. Like I said, when it comes to fluorocarbon, I do not know what to get, what's good, or anything. So I figured I'd give Sunline the shot, and I did some research on them. They kept coming up, and I bought a few of the lines. This is the tournament special line. I say a lot of pro bass fishermen use it. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people use it too, but that's their selling point. Pro bass fishermen use it. Figured I'd give it a shot, see how it works. I start losing lures on it, we'll scrap it, we'll find something else that works. If y'all have a line suggestion, leave a comment below. Let me know what fluorocarbon line y'all prefer, what you think about Sunline. And yeah, I'll look into them. I'm open for suggestions when it comes to new things like fluorocarbon, ways of fishing, things to fish with, where to fish, all that fun stuff. Well, what do we want to get into next? Do we want to do rods? Or do we want to do 6 cents? Well, they're all 6 cents. Let's start with this. United States Postal Service. I'm crushing the hell out of my stuff. Kind of forgot what I got in this order. Woohoo. Another black sack. Yeah. Look, what do you know? It stayed in the boat. So, all right, we'll open it up and let's see what we got. And first and foremost, I picked this up. This is the Crush 250 MD in baby crappie. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. Let's get it out of the box. And I love these 250 MDs. They go 11 to 12 or 7 to 12 foot, something like that. They're considered a mid-diver bait, but this crappie one should do phenomenal up here where I live. A lot of small crappie, and from what I was seeing, there's a bunch of little bait fish, and it may be these little crappie. Next time I get out, probably run that through. Let's go ahead and get that back in its package. Next up, what did I get here? Oh, super excited to try these. The 6 Cents Hyper Jerks. Let's get this out of the box. Now, this time of year, middle of summer, hot water, fish ain't moving, you want to get them to bite. So I figured instead of a jerk bait, 6 Cents has these little guys, slow sinking jerk baits. They just kind of go down, you jerk it, and that thing goes up. It's got one little BB in there that rattles, but I mean, look at that. This one is Ghost Bone Minnow. That is beautiful with the little feathers back here on the hook, and that may do pretty good. I like the way that looks. Here, let's get my fingers out of the eyeballs so y'all can see full profile of that bait. That is beautiful. Super excited to try this. Very lightweight. I think they're 3/8 of an ounce. Let's see here what it says. Yes, 3/8 of an ounce. I'll be throwing this on my Shimano 151 that has 10-pound braid, or probably a spinning reel combo. We may give this a shot this weekend. We'll go down in a local watering hole and fish with some of the local kids. See if we can't pull one out where they've been fishing. Heavily pressured area. Next up, another hyper jerk, and this one is in chrome thread fin. I can't get over. I've seen them. These are the only things that 6 Cents really had that wasn't completely sold out. I don't know if they restocked up on them or no one just really buys them. But look at that. That is awesome. You got the little bit of blue up top, shad scales in it. Yeah, that is a beautiful threadfin shad imitation. Right, next. Now I had the Dogma, but this is the Catwalk. And this one is in shad scales. The Dogma was an awesome bait. I used it down in Missouri, fishing Lake of the Ozarks, and had a phenomenal topwater bite out there, catching some 4.5 pounders during their spawn. But I mean, look at that, all those scales, just sparkles. The bone white at the bottom, green at the top, that transition to those scales. Just a beautiful looking bait. Super excited to try this out on some lakes. And what else do I got in here? Two more, but here we go. Aha. Carolina rig, the pre-rig, the 1/2 ounce tungsten. They just got them back in stock, and I saw that and I picked one up. I wanted to try it because they have a little cable that goes into theirs, a little cable, and it's got little knockers in there to get a fish's attention. The same knocker system that I'm used to seeing in a popping cork for fishing for trout or redfish in Florida. Last but not least, out of the order I just got, one more hyper jerk, and this one is in Bluegilla. Bluegilla, that's a great name. I fish a lot of clear water systems. I have one dirtier system that I'm fishing that I've caught all my big fish out of. So these realistic looking baits, more natural looking baits, are phenomenal. Should be awesome baits to throw. Cannot argue about that. I love the way these look. Well, I got a card. I guess everyone could use this. This is Waterland Fishing Optics, code Waterland15. You save 15% off your order. If y'all are interested in a pair of glasses, I do not have Waterland glasses. I haven't been in the market for sunglasses, but I'll probably give them a look one day. Probably when these break, which hopefully won't be anytime soon because I do like them. Box-wise, that's everything that showed up in the mail, in a box, in a package. Not a whole lot of stuff, just a handful of things. But you're probably excited for these. So let's go ahead and get into this one right here. These are the ESP models. Some of the models that just showed up. Oh, look at that. And it comes with a rod sleeve, which is awesome. That means I don't have to buy one for this rod. It's awesome that it came with that rod sleeve. Better sharpen this knife. There we go. Woo-hoo! Look at that. Ooh, I like that. I mean, it's not foam. It's like composite. It's a little bit harder, but oh man, that feels good. I didn't know what to expect from it. A little crown reel set. Now, that's pretty neat. But yeah, here, let's get this spun around. So yeah, here we go. Look at that. So here we are, the ESP model right here. Ooh, looks good. Let's go ahead and get it pulled out. This is a 7'2", medium heavy. I wanted a good all-around rod, something I could throw a lot of liplesses on, spinner baits, Texas rig, flipping underneath some docks, some bushes. But I think it's a fast action tip. The reel I'm gonna tie up with that one is this SLX 151 high gear. Yeah, there we go. Lock her on down. Ooh. Oof. Be careful. Look at that. ESP. I love it. Now this rod I think is $174, $175, but you use someone's promotion code. I use JR10, and I think it drops it down to $150, $151. I'll pay you $150 for a rod. It's real nice and light. I mean, a lot lighter than I thought. And I thought the handle would be more foam, but it's not. It's more of a hard plastic, a composite, but it's real. It feels great. And I like the way that feels. I do. I mean, I'm a cork guy, but that's nice. I like that. And I'm gonna put the 12-pound sniper line on that to use for liplesses, Texas rig, you know, just all around pretty much everything that I can tie on it. The 7'2" will be my go-to rod on deck. Now this one, I ended up getting one because I didn't know how long these rods were going to stay in stock at 6 cents. So let's go ahead and get this on out of here. Ooh, another rod sleeve. I feel like a kid on Christmas in the middle of summer. Let's get the rod sleeve off of this one too. I'm super stoked about that. Thank you 6 cents for adding the rod sleeves to these micro guide eyes, which I really do like after my last one. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. It looks awesome, it feels awesome, and that's an extremely light rod. I never expected that. I'm used to buying rods from Walmart or whatever I could pick up for 80 bucks. I gotta say, just by upgrading to that $170 range, there's a huge difference in rod, the way it feels, the way it acts, the way it looks, everything. I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot for being a cheap ass, I guess. You fish with what you can get your hands on, and fortunately for me, I'm able to spend a little bit more money to get some more quality stuff, and I gotta say, I'm impressed. This is the 7.7 heavy rod. God, swim bait. I can't wait to throw some freaking swim baits with this. I don't know how much weight it'll hold. 3/8 to 1 ounce, so yeah, smaller swim baits. Probably like the whales, which I do plan on throwing on this, you know, lighter whales, 1/2-inch jig heads on those. We're gonna team this one up with that Curado K 201 that my wife picked up for me for my birthday. Thank you, baby. If you're watching this, go ahead and get that seated in there. Damn planes and cars. Jesus, it's not like I'm talking in here. Woohoo! Yeah, look at that. Look at that, that's nice. I love this. I like the black, I love black. Especially when it comes to my rods. I mean, yeah, black gets hot in the sun, but whew, I mean, that Curado 200 is a little heavier than that 151. Feels great. Oof. Yeah, I can't wait to do that. Use that. And this will get spooled up with the Sunline Shooter 18-pound test for dragging Carolina rigs, shaky heads, and throwing a few Texas rigs, throwing swim baits of various sizes. I'm not sure what else I'll throw with it. Freaking awesome. Just super stoked about this. But that is it for the video. I am so sorry if it dragged out way longer than it should have. It was a lot less than last time. For the spooling of the reels, I'll do one on a separate video. We'll make it a little short clip, something if you're interested on how I spool them. It's a great way to save line. I do it with my braided lines. It has saved me so much money in the long run. I'm gonna do the same technique with the fluorocarbon. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and get ready for those videos that come up. But I'm gonna end it there. Y'all take care, and until next time, y'all keep living right.